Hey everybody, Dr. Dave Marquis here, and I had another message that I wanted to share with you today about managing your own energies, your anxieties, your stress, your emotions. This one came to my mind because of numerous calls that I've personally received, and my office has been receiving a number of them from a variety of different sources, of people that are feeling panicked and they're worried about what they can do to protect themselves. And when I hear that, I think, wow, you know what, these are things that I've been talking about for almost 2 years now in helping to lay out a groundwork to help people prepare so that they don't get anxious. And so I'm like, okay, where's the disconnect? Either I'm not sharing enough information, or it's not being received well enough, or maybe we just all need a little mental massaging on an ongoing basis. So I'm going to share with you right now the things that should empower you to keep you out of the hospital. Because so many people are worried about getting sick enough that they're going to end up in the hospital. And I guess rightly so, because I've had several people tell me that they presented to the hospital when they first initially got sick, and the doctors there said, "You're not bad enough. Go home and come back when you're having trouble breathing." I'm like, okay, that was the message? Go home and get sicker? I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Earlier, at another time, I gave a talk on common sense. And so that, in my mind, is one of those things like, well, that was not a common sense comment. If somebody has taken the time to get in their car and drive down to the emergency room because they feel that bad, you would hope, just hope, that on the other side, there'd be a nurse or a doctor or some caring individual that would say, okay, here's a list of things that you could be doing at home right now to get your health back. And if these don't work, then give us a call, because you got about a 99.98% chance of these things working. That's the message I think everybody should really hear. Because after all is said and done, you've got less than a 1% chance of needing to be in a hospital. Realistically, everyone should have the capacity to implement things that are preventative, that alleviate their stress, because they know that, okay, I'm in the majority percentile here. I'm in the 99th percentile because I did these things. It's not likely that I'm going to need that type of extenuating care. So I don't know how I could say that more clearly, but if an individual has adequate vitamin A, C, D, glutathione, zinc, those 5 things are core to prevent people from ending up in the hospital. Now, those things won't stop you from getting a cold, but they'll empower your body to identify that cold and address it appropriately. There's additional things that I commonly do myself and encourage my patients to do that I would encourage you to consider doing as well if it works for you. And I've talked about one is hydrogen peroxide. Nebulizing hydrogen peroxide. So you should have at home a nebulizer. There's a variety of different types. You can readily access them online. Get yourself a nebulizer, get some hydrogen peroxide, and watch my videos. I've given 2 different in-depth videos to teach people how to put that together. It works. It's safe. I'll say that again. It works and it's safe. It clears your airways. It stops infections really quickly. It doesn't necessarily stop all infections, but it does a pretty dang good job of most of them. So if you need another layer of defense, that's where I like ozone. And sometimes we'll use ozonated water that we drink. Sometimes Ozonated suppositories or rectal insufflation of ozone. I'll do a whole nother video on that one, but just know that that gas is remarkable for knocking out infections, and it oxygenates your entire body once it goes into you. The only thing you can't do with it is breathe it, but it works on everything else. Just got to protect the lungs. I will put another video out on that one. So, A, C, D, glutathione, zinc, nebulized hydrogen peroxide, ozone. Those are some core things that people should have access to. And if you plan ahead and you keep that in your medicine cabinet, when the time comes, because we can't hide from viruses, they're there, they're with us all the time. When the time comes that you acquire yours, you've got your defense in line. And just do it. Don't wait. One of the silliest things that I hear is people say, oh yeah, I had that, but I didn't use it. I'm like, excuse me? Why? You spent good money on that, you read the directions, and you didn't use it? So we do have to get involved. We have to actually participate in our own well-being. And sometimes that means multiple times a day. And I'm sorry guys, but this one is to you. Most guys think I'm going to take it with my breakfast and I'm going to be done and I'm just going to go to work and I'm going to push through it. There's some infections that you should not push through. You should have this stuff either with you or stay home that day and treat yourself many times throughout the day so that you're prioritizing your health and you actually eradicate an infection before it gets seeded. That's a key. It's when people delay and they think, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll go get that tomorrow. They delay, then those infections get the upper hand. So we don't need to fear if we're prepared. And remember, fear-based decisions lead to really bad outcomes. So I implore you, hear these words, be prepared in advance, and you have a 99% chance of doing well. You really do. That's universal across this whole planet. No matter what CDC you look at, you're going to do well if you prepare and own your health. There's some metabolic things that people should do too. Lose weight, get insulin sensitive, be exercising, get in the sun, stay hydrated, and get proper sleep. Those are also factors that not a one of them costs anything. But if you're doing those things as well, then you'll probably need less of the other stuff that I just mentioned. That's the pre-package before the package I talked about. And it's the people that don't do those things that also tend to be manifesting illness. So think about those things. And I hope that's helpful to you and puts a fire under your rear end so that you take action and own your health. Be well.